Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the bucket list. Today, we have my friendly co host, Wyatt, and we also have our friendly guest, Theo. We have tried to record this before, and we ran into multiple technical difficulties, so we are back at it again.
It was like 5 issues.
It's 5 issues back to back to back to back. Also, got myself a rain here. Wyatt doesn't have one. Very disappointed.
God
Uh,
damn. It's because I chugged it all in the last one. Yeah.
Free vegan energy or clean vegan energy, not free, not sponsored,
For
kosher,
$2.
and also it's
Keto friendly.
Um, we're gonna talk about the continuation of Monster Hunter. We got a couple topics we're gonna take care of, and we're gonna get into a different topic after that.
I really want to say really quick. I really wish you started the recording when you said another raw dog intro and then clicked it. That would have been such a hard opening. But, but I just wanted to say that. But okay.
Dude,
Let's finish up with part two of Monster Hunter.
Real quick, if you like our stuff, like, follow, enjoy. Also, the bucket list isn't what you think it is. It's just stuff that we find interesting and like to talk about. All right, Theo, take us away.
Not dying any faster than everyone else is.
Jumping into our part two. So we only have like two topics to go over, then we can move on to our next topic here. So the first one is best weapons. I put best weapons and favorites because I want to know you guys' favorites on top of what you think is the best.
Okay, well, you didn't pose that last time.
I didn't read.
We got like 3 minutes in. We didn't hear nothing about this.
I didn't read the card. It definitely explains the card if you read it. So yeah, I want to know you guys' favorites. I'm going to be looking off a list. I'm going to go off Reddit because Reddit is in fact reality. I'm going to look at the polls.
If it's on the internet, it's got to be true.
It's got to be true.
I can't do Reddit anymore. I feel like I deep dive too much into Reddit now.
Could be Reddit stories.
Fair.
No.
Oh, okay. But
you don't want.
I'll go first. I'll go first with my favorites. Angel, I don't know. I don't even know if you have a favorite.
What? I do have a favorite. How about you
take it away?
How about
take
you
it
check
away,
your
then.
privilege, man? And
what's your favorite?
And let the little man go first. My favorite is the bow. Not a specific type, but the bow in general. I enjoy the play style of it. I don't know why. I just enjoy it. And so I just like I like being far back when I can be. I also like the ability to like I guess like dodge out the way and then immediately kind of just I'm going off of worlds here.
I'm going to pass the floor over to Theo. Is this accurate? I've never used the bow.
Theo's like, I never used that. I never used that garbage either.
No, I know because I've seen him use it.
The bow is really good. I guess it depends on how you build it. Honestly, I would argue that bow is probably the top 3 best weapons of all time.
You see, I'm just big brained, just in a smaller
brain,
smaller size area.
That's just my argument. As far as like what I think, I will say, the bow is fun to use if you have a stamina build, or an elemental build, to be perfectly honest. But the bow is just arguably super fun. Being able to dodge around things, getting that slide shot. As long as you don't do the Dragon Piercer, I think the bow is probably one of the cooler weapons in the game.
What's wrong with Dragon Piercer?
It sucks.
In comparison to the rest of the, I don't want to say abilities, in comparison to the damage you do just shooting with the bow, there's a huge damage fall off.
I was going to say, you get more DPS if you just don't use it.
Yeah.
Than where it's supposed to be like the big wombo combo hit.
Yeah.
But when all actuality, it's like, listen, if you just do normal damage, you will be doing more damage than you will with that.
Like the people that slide around in front of the monster while it's down in front of its face. those guys are real kings.
Real kings. That'd be
Touche.
me.
Yeah.
That's
The
me.
people that stand back and Dragon Piercer over and over again, you can go head back to camp and grab another weapon.
Get fucked.
If I had to choose like a different one, it'd probably be like the hammer.
Oh, the bonk stick.
Yeah,
For
the
sure.
bonk. I don't
When
know.
did you use these?
I don't know. I just feel like I would really enjoy that.
Oh.
In the longevity of it,
Oh, yeah.
compared to the bow, and I think it's just for the pure reason of I'm gonna grab this and I'm gonna smack your head in, and you just bam, and that's it. You're just that's it.
Arguably one of the best support weapons is hammer. And I hate to say support weapons, but truly, if you really think about it in the grand scheme of things, a para hammer build might be one of my
Never
favorite
mind. Never mind.
builds
Yeah, you're right.
ever. Because you get at least 2 procs of para, and you can also stun the monster at least 2 to 3 times, depending on your slugger level.
Very true.
Yeah, that's a great support weapon.
I wholeheartedly believe that if I was in the Monster Hunter world, I would be a support character. That's like a support hunter. I don't feel like I would be up in the grill of it. And I think that's why these two are like kind of like my idea weapons. It's cuz bow, lean back, and as you said, box stick, the good old hammer, is also a support weapon. So it's
With that being said, I think my playstyle with the charge blade is 100% how I would be in a real, like if I was in Monster Hunter. I think that's, ignore that noise.
What was that noise?
Don't worry about it. But I think I'd be more closely using the charge blade with how I am in real life, where it is an offense and defense. If I had to be specific, I'd probably say the charge blade from what's the newest Monster Hunter that's
Rise.
not out? Yeah, from Rise. Because I think that would have been more accurate to what I would use because it has the counter, which I love. The counter
is
on that
cool.
is just so nasty. I got good with it and is basically all I tried to use. But with Monster Hunter World, so the only 2 weapons I've ever actually used are the Charge Blade and the Insect Glaive. I love the Insect Glaive so much.
Inselect.
I would have
Sorry.
hated it
Inselect.
before Iceborne.
You hate really interesting.
It
Okay.
was it got a huge buff when Iceborne dropped.
That's okay. I probably would have also hated it then. Because I know I never used anything besides Charge Blade. I went through all of Monster Hunter World, none of the DLCs. I just want to be straight with that. Like it was before Iceborne came out. I beat it with the Charge Blade. I played maybe 2 missions of Iceborne, didn't have anybody to play with, and I was like, all right, I'm done. And then Rise came out. Beat the entire Rise with my Charge Blade. And
Yep.
I had a great time. It like everybody talks about how Monster Hunter World's Charge Blade is just so satisfying. I think I'm probably one of the few that has the inverse. I think the Charge Blade in Rise was just so satisfying to use, and I was also Well, I also loved all the augments you can put into it, from the buzzsaw to
Yeah.
being
that
able
was
to
cool.
like. There was a way you could go from doing the wackiest bonkest hit to where you would stop doing that and then you would just do a single slash and you wouldn't waste your entire gauge or your files, which was so nice in the grand scheme of things. So you're not just whiffing like you do in Monster Hunter World, where it's just you
Yeah.
whiff all the time. Which is why I love, like, my personal favorite right now is Insect Glaive. I love the insect that you can get with it. I love the airborne ability with it. I don't like the fact that I do more damage on the ground, but I do what I can. I will deal damage on the ground
That
unless it is either a flying creature or if it is like someone who moves around a lot.
right. That buff, or I'm sorry, that ground combat that you're referring to, That's the buff. They got not only a combo on the ground that's like a wombo combo, but that dive that you can do from in air to the ground to start that wombo combo. That's the buff, and that's why Insight Glaive has moved up
Really?
the list. Yeah, you used to not be able to do that. It was just jump up in the air, bounce back and forth, get your buffs.
That makes
You
sense.
can do a small combo on the ground that was rinse and repeat, and he got stuck in it.
I know I didn't understand the insects, like the leveling scale that they had where it's like level 14 speed, level 5 heal, level 16 evasion or whatever, or like paralysis or whatever the debuff was. I didn't understand it because I would just go, oh yeah, speed, speed, speed. And I didn't realize it wasn't giving me speed. It was the speed of the insect. And I never understood that until I had to do an arena to fight a tempered Valkana. And I had an insect that was just ungodly slow. And I was like, dude, it's
Yeah.
so slow. And like, dude, he moved like he was the Don Quixote character. I can't remember the guy's name, but we dubbed this bug Gunpachiro. And I would send him out and he'd just be chugging along. And I'd just be like, go Gunpachiro. And he would just Valkana moves around a lot.
Yeah, you're
He
not getting
never
shit
hit
from that.
him. He just kind of
Let me
sucked.
ask, what do you guys think the top 3 weapons are? In your
Um,
opinion, what do you think they are?
with personal opinions aside, I would probably guess either sword and shield,
All
great
right,
sword.
let's start with number 3. What's number 3? Work your way up.
Bow.
Bow's number 3.
Mm, I think it's gonna be sword and shield.
Okay, number 2.
That I probably would say bow.
I would say great sword.
I think it
Okay,
has a lot of application that it can be used in diversely. No, scratch that. 2 is hunting horn.
okay. What do you guys think the number 1 weapon is?
Sword and shield.
Great sword.
Wait, what was them again?
You go.
Sword and shield.
Okay,
Great sword.
okay. All right, I'm gonna read through the list through every weapon, and I'm gonna give you its rank.
Stay at 10.
Um,
Start at 10.
I'm starting at 14.
Oh, every weapon. Yeah,
Starting
I
at
said every
14.
weapon.
Fuck. I don't even.
Um,
I just know like 5.
Already know Charge Blade. Charge Blade's 14.
I do not condone this list. I will give you my top 3 after we're done. Number 14 is hunting horn.
Eat.
I was so off. I was so far off. I thought that would be so much further up the list.
Well,
I
I
never
will
use
say
it.
hunting horn. Not the players, but people that play with hunting horn will tell you hunting horn's one of their favorites because they just keep getting buffs. They never die. They're always there. Probably one of
Yeah.
the best. No, scratch that. This is the best support weapon ever,
Yeah.
besides
For
support sword
sure.
and shield. And even though support sword and shield is arguably better than hunting horn, I would still rather take the hunting horn player than a support sword and shield.
Oh, million times. I agree. And that's why I thought it would be higher on this list. I did not think. Is this why you don't agree?
Yeah,
Or
I
at
don't
least one of
agree.
the reasons?
Um,
Yeah, I'm with you
number
there. I thought this would be further.
number 13 is the hammer.
Really?
I understand why, because you're not guaranteed a certain amount of stuns. You're not guaranteed. They don't even specify if this is even stun hammer or like support hammer. It's just hammer in general. Um, I understand why, but I think the power with the mobility definitely shouldn't be this low on the list. But once again, this is just the ratings. Also, I'm using Gamer Rant off of a Reddit post. Um, just letting you all know, just so like if you want to
I'd
fact
say
check
it's
me,
probably up there with one of the better
If
lists,
you
I
want to
guess.
you want to fact check, go to your local Reddit.
right?
See if you can
Number
find
12.
anything.
I also understand why this got its rating. It's Lance. Lance is number 12. I get it, but for solo play, if you're soloing, Lance should definitely be a little bit higher, especially because Lance players are some of the most chill Monster Hunter players ever. They're okay with the fight going 40 minutes.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure because I can't remember if it was you that made a lance build that made my brother want to make a lance build, or if it was vice versa, where my brother made a lance build, and you're like, man, I kind of want to make a lance now.
I made a lance build. Your brother copied me, but like not my
Yeah.
specifics.
Yeah,
And
no,
I
not the
ended up
specifics,
going,
but he enjoyed the gameplay that you were, and he was like, I think I'm just gonna do that.
and then I moved over to gun lance because I was happy someone else took the role of lance. Because to be honest, I'm not in love with the role of lance.
He hated that.
Mhm.
He was dreading his life playing Lance.
Fuck.
Number 11 is sword and shield.
Fuck. Get fucked.
You get fucked as well.
I know. I think it was like 3 for me.
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna say that sword and shield does deserve higher, but also at the same time, I don't think it deserves lower. I'm okay with putting sword and shield at 11. I get it.
I thought just due to like the accessibility and the ease of use, I thought people would have this higher.
I agree with you. I do. Um, it's just you have one combo with this weapon, and then you're just super mobile. I think that's the only viable
Then the
thing.
next one should be dual blades, if that's the case. If we're like,
Well, the next one's actually going to be gun lance. So at number 10, we have gun lance.
very interesting that gun lance is above, is not like the next in line from lance.
I mean, I get it. You're a better tank. You have multiple abilities. It doesn't matter what your sharpness is because you're using your gun 9 times out of 10. Your explosions don't like they're not based off your overall damage. They're based off of your perk. So like if you have like I think it's full artillery, it doesn't matter what your sharpness is. You could just shoot away.
I never
Um,
understood like why guns were kind of like integrated in a way to Monster Hunter.
I enjoy gun lance. I'm not a main gun lance. However, when I started Monster Hunter World, I went from a longsword main to a gun or yeah to a gun lance main pre Iceborne. I ended up replaying through everything as Hammer. Loved Hammer. Beat the game with Hammer. But I'll get into that later. Gun lance, I get why this is 10, but it's a really good weapon. If you haven't used gun lance before, I recommend giving it a try. It's very chill play style. The players that play gun lance are kind of crazy. Uh, I would um I would compare them to active duty Marines, to be honest.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
You guys get it. Some of the viewers, Marines to other, um, what's it called?
People.
To other
Oh.
people, they seem kind of, I don't want to say crazy. I don't want to say bloodlusted.
There's a reason
But
they're in that branch.
but if you're a Marine, like I feel like you'd be able to expound upon it a little bit better. I don't feel like I have that right nor ability to.
It's
Uh,
valid.
I'll move down to the next one. Number 9, Insect Glaive. I'm surprised this made it
Wow.
to 9. I expected this to be lower.
I'm not surprised. I'm not. 9 seems like a good middle ground for it. That I'm like, that's fair.
I'm guessing it's number 9 because once you're full on your 3 buffs, this weapon becomes a viable weapon. I'm sure that's why it is where it's at. I
100%
still
agree.
think I still think both Lance and Gun Lance should be above this, as well as Hunting Horn. But
It's funny because every weapon that I main takes work to get it to the main phase of, okay, now this weapon's working at its
right,
peak capacity instead of it just being at peak capacity.
um, this next one hurts my very soul. Number 8 is Switch Axe. I'm
Yeah.
actively a Switch Axe main, and so I'm a little biased. Switch Axe is such a mobile heavy weapon. I don't know why other people don't play it more. Having that explosion on a monster's face just
I
feels
was about to say, I feel like probably
so
because
good.
people don't keep doing the clutch claw attacks.
Maybe that's why. But this weapon is so great. Being able to be versatile between a heavy sword and a heavy axe and the mobility of it. But it's number 8. It's fine. I won't
What
cry
is it?
about it.
I want to know what's in the middle of the pack.
In the middle,
Number
It's
7.
number 7.
number 7, heavy bowgun. This is surprising.
Really?
This is extremely
For
surprising.
how high it is or how low it is?
How low
Because
it
it's in
is.
the
I
middle.
expected this in top 3.
Really?
Yes.
I rarely see anyone play this weapon.
I mean, that's true, and that's probably why the popularity is at 7. Okay, but
valid.
I watch Team Darkside on YouTube a lot, and they're like pretty heavy into Monster Hunter, like getting the highest numbers possible and like the quickest hunts possible. 9 times out of 10, it's either all great swords or all heavy bowguns. And the video I watched of them fighting, I think it was a tempered savage Devil Joe. They killed it, I think, in like 40 seconds with 4 heavy bowguns.
What the fuck?
It's a gross weapon. It's just gross. I didn't expect it to be 7. Number 6, also didn't expect this. Greatsword.
My fucking list is ruined. It's shattered.
If there's another bow higher on the list, I still kind of win.
Did I put bow as 2?
You put bow as 2, sword and shield is 3, and greatsword is 1.
Yeah, so I still have a chance.
All right, number 5, Charge Blade. This makes sense. It only makes sense because of the complexity of the weapon, not because of the damage.
Yeah.
I could easily see this being number 4. I don't see this making it into the top 3 just because of the complexity. But this is a great weapon.
I love it. I'll expand on that a little bit. Sorry, there was a fucking noise outside of my house that sounded like a dying pig. Worried me a little bit. But anyways, you heard that? I was literally like, what the fuck was that?
It really did sound like a dying pig.
It's the ghosts that followed me from the forest.
Yeah, it's vibing with me.
In case you guys don't know, Wyatt took a journey today to what's it called?
I think it's actually called like Agi Kibo or something like that. It's, for those who don't know, it's a suicide forest. Really beautiful forest, I'll say that. So it's really morbid to think that a lot of people just kind of off themselves there.
Probably because it's beautiful.
Honestly, it reminds me. It reminds me of the swamp from Avatar: The Last Airbender, where like everything's connected. I just want to go into a little rant about it, where like there's so much foliage and it's so like you could easily sprain or twist an ankle if you go off that path. Like there's so much rocks and gaps under these rocks that it could easily be covered by something. And if you step into that hole, you're breaking something. So like we went off the path and just to kind of like, just a couple feet, I think, just to like try and get a good photo. And my friend almost busted his ass. And I laughed at him and I was like, the forest is going to claim you. And then, but it's so beautiful because like the roots of all the trees look like it's just one giant root system. And all I could think about was the Avatar: The Last Airbender episode where they're in the swamp and everything was connected to the big tree in the middle. But anyways, back to the topic is Charge Blade. I completely understand. I actually no, I don't understand why it's so high. Because of the complexity, I expected it to be lower. Because it takes so much just to get your files built up and then to know what the colors mean, to know when and where to use your wombo combo hit, and to make sure you know that your superior blocks, to make sure you have it. It's a heavy weapon, so like you're not just sprinting around, which I don't think weight has anything to do with how your movement speed is. But you just feel like you're hulking this thing around. But I loved it my first playthrough. I learned how to use it. In Rise, I'd like to think I didn't perfect it, but I did elevate my play style to being at least an elite player with it, where I was able to use it very effectively.
I can agree.
Number 4.
Number 4, the bow.
Oh God!
Wow, that brought back memories.
Sorry.
Number 4.
The bow. It's reasoning. In my opinion, uh, it's definitely worth 4. I could easily see it being a top 3. Um,
But it wasn't.
I don't
We
I don't
lost.
agree with this top 3, but actually I agree with none of this top 3.
Hold on. Yeah, that means Dual Blades is in the top 3.
That's
What?
crazy.
Well, let me hit you with that raw dog number 3, light bowgun. The reasoning
It's number
behind
2?
the reasoning behind light bowgun being number 3, they said, is because the versatility between elements and the mobility. It's great for solo and co-op play. I don't agree with any of this. I
Joke.
think light bowgun, because of its mobility and because of the versatility with the elements, it has a damage fall off. And I don't think it's good enough to keep up with higher hunter rank and higher master rank players,
Or
no
even
matter
just
what you
heavy
use.
bowgun. It's like, why would you use a lesser version of something?
Yeah, well, they're arguing for mobility, but I don't agree. That's just me
Fucking
though.
needs it.
Number 2, longsword.
I was right. I had a feeling it was gonna be number 1.
Dude, no shot, bro.
Well,
No shot.
let's talk about number 2. So I get why longsword is number 2. I do in fact believe it's deserving of number 2. It's a very,
I get it.
very strong weapon.
I was gonna say,
I-
when we were choosing number 1, I definitely debated about doing either greatsword or longsword. I was like, which one has the easier of access? I probably should have went with longsword.
yeah, I will say longsword was my first main ever. It's had a lot of buffs over all the games. I say first main ever as like Monster Hunter, like OG. It's a great weapon. I love this weapon. I hate the players that play this weapon because the only reason players use longsword is because they feel like they're anime fighters.
Yep.
They feel like they're demon slayers. No, no, no. That's not how you should feel. Like, I mean, if you want to, like, cool, whatever. Like, feel however you want to. If it feels good, then it is good. Um, but there's
You're
so much cooler backstory to the longsword users in the Monster Hunter series.
Literally the fucking guy that takes on Nergi.
Oh, the fourth the huntsman, or the fourth fleet's huntsman. His backstory with who is it? Who does he fight? He has, so I think it was in Freedom. You see him, and he has a grudge against Rathians, and a Rathian like specifically like did something or other. I forget. He kills the Rathian. You don't see it. It's off screen. It's off game. The next time you see him as in World, he's wearing Rathian armor, so you know
I was
he
about to
killed.
say, is that why he wears the Rathian armor? That's
Yes,
so
and why he
fucking
uses the
cool.
sword.
I was about to say it uses a Rathian longsword.
Yep.
That's cool. That's already more cool than anyone who's ever used a longsword.
I mean, like literally, he's wearing the corpse of the
Yeah.
thing he hunted the entire game.
He's like, I'm
Um,
gonna fucking get that thing.
and he has so many other, like, there's very few, but he has a few other cutscenes in World where he's like, no, stand back, and he like 1v1s a monster, and
Yeah, I was
almost
about to
always
say
comes out on top.
1000%, where he does the I got this and then
I
just
think
solo runs up.
I think Velkhana's the only one where he didn't win, but that's understandable. But
Absolutely.
yeah, longsword is great. I love this weapon. It has good reach. It has good power. You can make it for raw damage. You can make it for ailments. You can make it for elemental. It's just so versatile. And with being able to power up your spirit gauge, and like the more you use it, the stronger you get.
Yep.
It's it's just a great weapon. I
I'll
agree.
say
1000%.
I'll say
Number
this
two.
about it. It took me so long to figure out that was the concept for it in Monster Hunter Now, because I would just build my spirit gauge and then I would just use it immediately. When it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm actually doing pretty good damage when this gauge is full. Like, if I just keep doing this, I would probably consistently do more damage if I don't use it.
Yeah. And then number one, dual blades.
So,
I will say this before we make our comments. I It does deserve a place in the top 3. It does. Does it deserve number one? I wouldn't give it number one, but I can completely understand why it gets number one.
I don't get it.
Dual Blades is such a strong weapon. It's so fast. It's so mobile. Archdemon mode, being able to raise the levels and it boosts you even
I
higher.
tried, man.
There's so many, and here's the cool part: if you do straight DPS, you're a viable player. You're viable. You go elemental, you could probably solo most monsters in a 4-player hunt. And on top of that, if you rock support, so like if you want to go ailments instead, you're gonna proc every like 20 seconds. So it's just nuts. It definitely deserves a spot in the top three. Not in my top three, but like the global top three, I get it. I'm not a dual blades main. I never will be. I think it's fun for some people, but that's just not my
Yeah,
play
man.
style.
I tried it in Rise. Maybe it was a bad game to try it in or something, but like I just didn't vibe with it. I was like, I'm just not having fun using these.
It's
Like
better in
I'm
world. I'm not gonna
trying to
lie.
use it. I just suck. And I was like, I'm going back. I think I got like 4 missions deep, which probably isn't, the greatest amount of time to use a weapon. But I was
Yeah.
like, I'm just not having fun with these. Like I am not enjoying myself, which I would tell anyone, if you're not having fun using something, feel free to use whatever you want. Like if we have a friend, Turner, who I think was running a support weapon in Rise for a while, and he's like, I'm not having fun using it. We're like, then don't use it.
Yeah.
Like, yes, it's useful to have this in a hunt, but like, if you don't enjoy it, man, don't use it.
So I'm gonna give you my real quick top three.
Yes, please.
Uh, if you would like to give your top three as well, by all means. But I feel like um, you should hear what I think the top three is, just in case you want to make a comment on it, or if you want to add or subtract. I
Hmm.
think for number three, it should be Longsword. I think Longsword still deserves a spot. It's a great weapon. Um, I think number two, oddly enough, should be Hunting Horn. And it's not because the Chads that use it. It's because so many people don't use it, and it's almost a necessity in every fight.
Can I expand on that just a little bit?
Hit it.
I completely agree with everything you've said. And it's also, if you build it right, a great DPS weapon, if
Oh,
I do recall,
absolutely.
where you could just out DPS the DPS character with a hunting horn.
I think I put it to the test against somebody. I don't remember. I don't think it was you. I think I was playing with a
Nope.
different group. But I used Hunting Horn, and we side by side. I used Hunting Horn. Other guy used Hammer, and I not only out DPS'd him, but like I maxed all my stats the whole fight, and I beat the
Mm-hmm.
monster 3 minutes faster. Now it was in an arena, and it was against an Anjanath, I think, low rank, but still.
Still, like it's just a great versatile weapon for any use. No matter what build you want to go for, you could probably build it in a way that suits your playstyle.
All right. And for the number one, I'm going to say this and I'm going to have so many people upset. And at the same time, I'll have so many people happy. I'm going to have to give it to Greatsword. I think it is by far not only the staple weapon of the game,
I
but
agree.
it's probably one of the best DPS weapons there is. I'll tell
Mm-hmm.
you right now, Greatsword is so. It shows the it shows the human spirit, in my opinion, to its full potential.
The
Shoulder charging
indomitable,
through.
human spirit.
Oh yeah, throw that in there. Hell yeah, drizzle that. Um, it truly shows that because you can shoulder charge through just about anything, right? Just about anything you can shoulder charge. Most of the time, you're going to get a stun off a lot of that. So not only are you support by just being able to stun monsters with a shoulder bash, but you're pushing through attacks that should kill you, and you're charging up this massive blade and hitting that massive wombo combo, getting that huge 3 charge, and then hitting your true charge. There's no greater feeling than seeing 4 numbers pop up on the screen that are like outlined in blue, hitting that ultimate crit. It's just so beautiful, and there's no greater feeling than that sound.
Yeah,
And that's
man.
coming from someone that wasn't really I haven't really been a greatsword main anything other than Rise. I used it a lot in World, but I never
Hmm.
mained it.
I
Greatsword
know
is
it was a lot of
beautiful.
catch up for me in Rise when you and Turner would just be procking that like 4 digits. And I'm just like, hey man, I did like 32 times 4. How do you like
I mean,
that?
I would love to see the Rage Slash come to Wilds, being able to get that rage. I don't want to see wire bugs come back. I don't.
Really?
I disliked wire bugs a lot. I think we need to go back to the roots, come back to how World was, but maybe give us like perk points or like you're able to, switch out your moves like you were in Rise. I do like that.
Okay. I agree. I could take a negative with a positive.
Yeah. So, um,
I don't think I'm going to use either weapons that I've used in Worlds or in Rise. I'm going to try to expand to either a new weapon they bring in or a an old weapon they bring back.
I'm hoping for both of those. I'm not gonna lie to you. Those Tonbas were fun as hell. I'd love to see the old Moonblade come back. I would love to see all of those things.
I can't
Um,
remember if we talked about that on stream or off stream, but I know we went
we
into a deep dive on Tonbas, and I was like, I
we
would
did.
very much want to do that, like go down that route.
Yeah, we did on the last episode, so we don't have to expand on that anymore. But
Okay,
that's my top three. I whatever you guys. I mean, if you want to have your own three, um, but those are my three, and I think that kind of reflects the Monster Hunter series as a whole for sure.
I will have a top three. It's gonna be bow, um,
Yeah,
bow, and then bow
as
because I've
oh.
only ever played the bow.
Well, I was about to say, I was like, I don't know if I could even do a top three because I've only ever used two weapons that I've enjoyed.
I did the math and I've only used 7% of the weapons that are available in like Monster Hunter. Out of
Yeah,
the 14 that you listed off. I've only used the bow. I've not used anything else. Um and I just I found that pretty funny.
I've
that is quite
tried
fun.
stuff. It just not. I always go back to my roots of like Charge Blade. Like even playing it in World again, I was playing it and I was like, "Ah, man, it just doesn't feel right because I kept getting into Insect Glaive and like I just enjoy Insect Glaive so much.
Y- y-
But besides that, man,
Oh yeah. Well, I enjoyed hearing what you guys had to say about the different
our
weapons.
opinions were trash.
dude, we
I
had no opinions.
According to this Reddit page, this Reddit
Oh
list.
yeah. I was like, yeah, fucking Dual Blade should be way down there, everyone. It's number one. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I get and like I said, I get it. I know
I feel
why
like
it's
it
number
really
one.
shows what I know.
It's definitely not my number one though. To be honest with you, if I had to put it somewhere on the list, I'd probably put it at 8.
Really?
That's me, yeah. But I'm not going to go through my whole 14 every weapon rated. In
Yeah.
fact, I'd prefer, as long as you guys are good on what we have so far. Um,
If you're wondering what we're at for time, we're at 39 minutes.
You can run a little
oh,
long. I'm fine with it.
I am
As long as
also.
it's fine for okay. I was about to say if
Do
it's
we
fine
do
for
we
everyone
do
else.
we have another topic for
There's
Monster
one
Hunter?
last. There's one last one,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
and it is predictions for Wilds. Now we kind of already touched on it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do you guys have any predictions? Anything? I mean, like I get some of us have different experience levels, but I'd like to hear what at least you guys have to say on um like
We
what you
have the
think.
entire bar.
Yeah.
Um, for predictions, I don't know what the hell's in that satchel, man. But in the trailer, but whatever that was, dude, I kind of vibe with it. I was like, why do I want that? And dude, we've been going down this kick of like Western stuff. And
Yeah.
like I was thinking about that weapon, and I'm like, dude, just making a Western character in this game would be so cool.
Oh, I agree 1,000%.
Like if we got that, like, because it looks like a rifle.
It
It
does. It
doesn't look
looks
like
like
a
a
light bow gun. It doesn't look like a heavy bow gun. Like it looks like a legitimate rifle. And I think you said there was a gun that was in earlier games, or something in an earlier game.
no, 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 not a gun. The
No.
Tanba, the Moonblade, the little hook that you could swing.
Okay. Well,
Um,
this weapon looks new.
it does look
Then.
new, and I'm excited to see if it's for monster hunting specifically.
Mm.
Um,
Oh, dude, if it's just for like scouting, I think I'd be a little upset.
well, let me tell you what one of my predictions is because it might make you have a little hope. I think, based on what we've seen so far and what we know, I think this game, first off, is going to be fully open world, as in there is no Astera. You don't have a home base to go back to. I feel like you set
Hmm.
one up in this massive open world. I feel like you set up a
Yeah.
camp. You have a team. You might even not have a team, but I feel like you set up where your camp is going to be. And it's not like in Monster Hunter World where like you go to a map, you have camps there. No, you'll probably have different regions, and you can have a different camp in each region that you move around. And you might be able to gain more camps just by doing, objectives and stuff like that. But I think for the most part, it's going to be one massive map and different biomes. So there won't
Hmm.
be like a home base of Astera. With that being said, I think that musket or gun looking like thing is going to be for hunting the herbivores and the smaller monsters because I believe you'll probably have to do something along the lines of gather food or gather resources. And I feel like you're going to need a musket to either A,
You think it's gonna
shoot
turn
smaller
into
guys.
like a survival game, kind of?
I feel like it'll have survival aspects. I do not think it will become an actual
Like
survival
fully
game.
survival.
Yeah.
Like
Like
I
you
don't
have
think
to
there'll be a hunger
survive.
meter, but I
Right.
think they'll be like, hey, if you want like this type of food to buff these stats, you
Yes.
have to go and catch it.
Correct. So I
That
think
would
like
be,
having food on hand for your kitchen to use is how you get food buffs. I think you'll still
I
gain the
could,
stamina and health for it.
yeah, I think that, man, I want to say that's cool, but at the same time, people who've been with the series for a while, they'd be like, why the fuck do I need to catch my food now? When in every game it's just been provided.
Right. Well, to be fair,
But
World you did have to do missions to unlock certain stuff.
yeah, and also same thing for Rise to get like
Yeah.
different like mochi or whatever the hell it was. Um but like I think I'll like it. I'll like that aspect of it's like, oh, I need to hunt this thing to be able to get this buff.
And I don't know if it'll be like hunt it every time. I don't know if it'll be like, hey, if you hunt like 30 of them, you're good for the next 30 meals. I don't know how that would
Yeah.
work, but that's just a prediction. It might not even be real, might not happen.
Oh, I have a prediction.
Hit me.
I
Go ahead.
Better fishing, bro.
No,
If
I
there's
love the
if
current
there's
fishing.
like no, you can fish in any fucking stream. If I can just pop out a fishing pole and just go fishing in a river with my boys, dude.
Do that in World
Now
right
listen,
now.
listen, listen, listen.
No, you have to go to a pond and there's that.
How
Like,
bad is the fishing? Like you have to go to designated spots?
Yeah, there's
yes.
designated fishing spots, and then you pull a fishing rod out. If you get too close to the water, you scare all the fish away. Um, I
Like it's pretty
enjoy the fishing
realistic.
concept. Yeah, I
I
think it
do.
works very well.
I just wish it had a better application because you don't really do
Well,
much with the fish.
I feel like if you could fish anywhere, they have to add some type of challenging aspect to it. Like for example,
Mm,
Stardew. Stardew has the most complex fishing. Like in order to gather the fish, you have to
I've never been so irate.
match it with the bar, and you have to keep it in the bar for a certain amount of time. And if you don't, and there's like a meter for like the fish, uh, and if that meter goes all the way down, you lose the fish, which adds kind of like a challenging aspect to it. I'm not saying
Yeah.
that challenging, but if you can fish anywhere, you can get supplies anywhere. I feel like that's where it needs to kind of add that challenging aspect into it.
I'd be
Or
so upset.
at least
I
maybe
would.
like a mini, kind of like a mini, like time attack or whatever. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, man, just give me a fishing derby. Just like let me be like, yo, let's all go fishing on this lake in 30 minutes. Whoever catches the biggest fish.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. I do. Um, the whole point of fishing in Monster Hunter has always just been like a little mini game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't want to lose that concept of it being a mini game, but I would like there to be like maybe fishing challenges, like how you mentioned, like maybe like everyone goes fishing and you have like 25, maybe 30 seconds. Whoever gets the biggest fish in that amount of time, like wins the mini game. And like it's almost like the little arm wrestling competition. Like I'd like to see them
Yeah,
add concepts like that.
They should add
Um,
an Easter egg hunt in the open world.
I hate you.
I
Get a little
also
farmer's hat.
think
I'll kill you. I'll kill you right now. I'm
no, hold
sorry,
on.
Theo.
Let let
This is
them
spilling over from Stardew.
Sorry,
This
no,
is
let them
already
cook.
something that exists.
Let them cook. I think having an Easter egg hunt would be cool as like an event quest.
yeah, man.
You see,
You
Easter
see,
time.
it's just good ideas.
He just always fucking wins. That's my issue with it, man. We
First
fucking
off,
played 7
first off,
times and he beats me every fucking
first
time,
off,
and I never get the farmer's hat.
he beat me once. He beat me
Once.
once, and
Once.
I don't have a problem with him having the hat if I win.
I don't feel like I earned it.
And so
He
he
goes,
just
here's the hat. I don't
and
fucking want my
in
hat.
the new world we have, I found a pot of gold. So now I'm wearing the leprechaun's hat. And I said, "Here,
Yeah.
man, I don't want this farmer's hat. You should take it." And he's like, "I don't want this garbage." And he
Want
just
your sloppy seconds?
but I'm trying to get the garbage can lid that
Stop.
you can use as a hat, and it's
This
awesome.
episode isn't about Stardew.
You're right. But there's one thing that I hope that they don't add. That it's kind of like a it's kind of like a requirement that you need to catch your food and so on, right? And
Yeah.
the only reason why I say that is because in Dragon Ball Z, like Kakarot, which is the game I just finished beating and playing today, you have to do certain objectives. That's mandatory. Like you need to go out and catch fish. You need to go out and catch a certain amount of deer, or so on. Or you need to go and take down a dinosaur in order to get dino meat or something, or find fruits that only grow in certain areas. Like that was so frustrating as the game, all just to give you some like certain buffs, and that was I just don't like that aspect to where it becomes mandatory in the story itself.
Yeah.
And
Isn't
Like
it?
I
It
agree
becomes
with
like a.
that.
No, I
think
get it. Yeah. I hope they don't add anything like that's a foreshore. Also,
That locks the story out where it's like you have to do this.
yeah.
speaking of locking the story out, I hope they add skippable cutscenes.
I
Like,
agree, man. If I beat this game and I'm replaying it, let me skip the fucking cutscene.
for the love of God, let me skip it.
God.
Um,
Dude, I don't know why I haven't brought this up. I hope I don't have to have a fucking handler or someone I need to go and talk to start a quest. I
no,
just
you
want to be
will.
able to start. No, stop, dude. No, dude. I just want to be
This
able to
is
start a
Monster
quest
Hunter.
wherever I'm
You've
at.
never
I
not
know it's
had a hand.
Monster Hunter.
I feel
I
Well,
like
just hope, if anything, I just hope she's not as annoying as the Monster Hunter World part.
I want them to bring back the dude with the big red hat and the fucking white falcon that sat on his shoulder. That dude was an ultimate handler.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
I believe he was in Generations.
Oh,
He was probably the best handler because he just told you, yeah, anyway, and just would give you your next quest. And you could even talk to him to get the quest. Or sorry, you couldn't talk to him to initiate the quest. You had to go to a posting board. So he was like, here's your next quest. Go do it.
I think, yeah, if there was like an easier system to just accept quest, I think that's why it is specifically like looking for it. Like, oh, I want to take these quests. I want to do this monster, and this monster, instead of talking to the handler multiple times.
Yeah,
It's
they do kind of
so
bottle
fucking annoying. Anyways, I'm trying to look up the handler from Monster Hunter Generations. Why? Tell me why it's just all Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
It did.
The term handler got big from World.
What's the
Let me see.
dude?
It did. It did
Hold on.
blow up recently as well, didn't it?
Red hat. Minecraft monster with red hat. Yep, there it is.
There's
None of these.
there's a Minecraft monster with a
I don't
red
know what
hat.
I'm looking at, but that's not the dude. This looks like a main character that I'm just in the world of. Like, dude, this doesn't help me.
um.
Anyways, yeah.
I'm also
Wow.
trying to look them up for you.
Wow.
Pretty sure it was Generations. But that's all
Like,
my predictions that I have. Um, I'm hoping this game hits off just as good as World did, and maybe even in the future, it hits off just as good as Iceborne did. I'm
mhm.
excited to see them do a DLC for it. I wonder what they're going to call it. They've already done Fire, which was Sunbreak. They've already done Ice with Iceborne. I'm excited to see what they do. I'm sorry, I lied. Last prediction. I hope they bring back. I hope they do every element. First of all, let me say that. But like, I hope they call it something cool, and I hope they add the respective monster in accordance with whatever they're adding. I don't want them to add a shit ton of new stuff. I'd rather them bring back everything that they've already done. I want to see the Nibble Snarf again. Hate that monster. I'd love to see it. Um,
What is it?
it's
Please expand.
yeah.
Do you
For
think there's gonna be multiple like open areas?
yes, I
Like,
think there will be like the different biomes.
yeah.
Valid. Also, did not know Calabinus was in Monster Hunter Generations.
Yeah, that's where he started, I think.
Also, the water dude that like blows the bubbles. Didn't know he was part of Generations either.
Blowing bubbles, man. All
Well,
part generations.
I just want to see this dude with the hat, man. Like he sounds so much better than everybody I've ever had. Because I'll be honest, man, it's just been an annoying chick that's just been calling me pard, and I'm like, don't call me that.
And
God, please.
that's like Navi that kind of just in your ear just say, "Hey, hey, hey, look, listen."
Just everything about her is
Uh,
annoying.
Here, I'm gonna copy image and I'm gonna send it directly to you so you can see it.
Thank goodness. On what?
Discord here.
Okay, I'm gonna stop watching the stream. Hopefully, this doesn't mess anything up.
You're messing everything up. That just ruined everything.
It
I
deleted
hope you're
everybody.
kidding. I really hope you're kidding.
One of the technical difficulties that we ran into was Wyatt's picture just kind of disappeared, and we tried to
That
re
dude's so much cooler.
we tried to
Yeah.
reformat it, and everything just got ruined. Uh, Wyatt, go ahead, man. How are you feeling about this character that you now know of?
I'll send it
Dude,
to you too.
why would we ever get a different So, okay, imagine this, right?
I'm gonna send it.
Imagine Theo in a cowboy hat.
No.
Now imagine Theo with white, just all white hair. That's what this man looks like. This man fucks.
I have to look at my phone so I don't ruin the format.
That's probably smart. That's probably what I should have done instead of, risk ruining the format. Dude, that man is the definition of what I was trying to make in Worlds
Theo,
of
I didn't know you were in Monster Hunter Origins.
Stop it.
Generations. But funny enough, look up the commander in type in right now Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak Commander. Hold on. Is it him?
You want to send me that that picture on Discord?
Theo, would you be able, you already know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Monster Hunter.
That man.
Rise.
That man gets so much puss. Like that dude has all the riz. That there's a good chance that every woman in that town is probably pregnant because of him.
Not pregnant.
Like, I don't think you understand. Actually, Theo, I'm pretty sure this dude's just your profile picture for Discord.
It's literally not.
Yeah,
Dude,
it is. Dude, that's amazing. You knew about this, Theo.
That's it.
Wait, did you send me? Do you want me to send this photo to Angel, or did you already?
No, he already sent
them
it.
to both of you.
Yeah, he already sent it.
Wait, the commander of Rise, or
he sent
everything that you
Fuego.
He sent everything, and it's.
Why does he look different in that?
hilarious.
I remember him with much blacker hair.
Yeah, this is just.
I think it was you're making fun of my grays. That's what it was.
That's crazy.
But dude, I was playing Rise with Theo, and I got to Sunbreak DLC, and I was like, "Oh shit, Theo! I didn't know you were in this game." And he starts laughing. He's like, "That's exactly what Turner said." And I was like, "See, it's because we could see it."
If I keep coming on, I'm gonna have to do a face reveal one day.
Dude,
we don't need to. People can just look up these characters and be like, "That's Theo. That is him." And then when people see your face ever, they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, they were right."
They're gonna make fun of me because they're gonna be like,
like,
"Yeah,
hey,
we're not making fun of you. It just is you."
No, I'm saying if I do a face reveal, they will in fact make fun of me when I don't look exactly copy paste.
No,
absolutely will not, because hold on,
they're gonna think fucking video games are real.
No, that's you. They're gonna be like, "Oh my god, he must be the voice actor because they modeled the character after this man."
I'm not Vaz from Fallout. Not Fallout. God damn, what is it? Far Cry.
Who does he voice act? Does he voice act the Generations one? Or the Rise?
One of the two.
No. Vaz. I was talking about Far Cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he voice acts the character that they designed after him.
Oh, okay.
Looks like him. And then he voice acted him too.
Oh, okay. I was just saying, I thought that was the voice actor of like one of the fucking dudes. My bad.
You should get like when you do a face reveal, you should get the spray to make your beard like gray and stuff.
It's already started.
Funny enough, when he does the face reveal, it's just gonna be a JPEG photo of the commander. We're gonna remove the helmet, and it's just gonna be the photo. We're gonna be like, "See,
see, there it is.
There he is. He looks exactly like him." They're just gonna see the Berserk shirt, and it's just gonna be the frame photo
of the commander.
Yeah, they're gonna see his like shoulders down,
it's just
the photo on his face.
It's just the face. That's hilarious. Yeah. We'll figure. Look at us, plans and everything.
Yeah, that's good. Well, that's the only predictions I have for Wilds.
I'll be honest. I don't think we have time to do Gears of War for this. What are we at for time right now?
Yeah, we are at 59 minutes.
On the dot.
Which
we could always.
I didn't expect. We only had 2 topics. I don't know how. It was like
we always say this though. Feels like we can burn through these, and I'm like, yeah, but like it's us. We're probably gonna like drag these out.
And Theo has been giving us like ideas and stuff. And we're like, yeah, these a lot of these topics can be made into multiple episodes. Just because
honestly,
it's just because it's us. Wow. Yeah,
we're really good at dragging out content.
you see, we're just great. We're great. We're the Bucket Brigade. We're the best. Listen to our podcast.
Absolutely. We'll have all of our media, our YouTube channel, the Twitch, our Instagram. I don't know if we're making an Instagram. Are we making an Instagram?
No, we're
We
not.
could. I don't know
Oh
what the
yeah.
fuck we'd post.
Oh yeah. Let's just do Photoshop images of all of us back to
I was
back.
about to say just oh dude. Oh my gosh.
We should make an AI song like how Hess did.
Oh, for our D&D campaign. Oh, that was another idea Theo came up with of talking about the D&D campaign. I really want to do that, especially with what just happened. I really want to do another. I kind of want to do an episode, but we should stop talking about future episodes and end this one.
All right, listen. Follow us if you liked us. If you didn't like this episode, you might enjoy some of our other episodes.
And if you don't like those, why'd you listen to us for an hour?
Exactly.
Kind of crazy.
But
had to like something.
Theo, do you have anything to say? Any last words? Not even really last words, but you get what I'm saying.
Damn, last words, huh?
That's it. That's all he's got.
That's it. You're cutting off. Get the fuck out of here. Anyways, go on.
I think we made this joke last time.
Did we?
I don't know. It's been a while.
I think I might have said final words. Anyways, Theo, go ahead. He's dead.
No, it's been a pleasure. I enjoyed being able to be here with you guys again for our second round of topics. I'm a Monster Hunter nerd, so this has been just an absolute fucking joy for me.
Just wait until the next episode with Gears of War.
For real. Yes, that's going to be for sure is going to be the next episode that Theo is going to be in. So watch out next week.
Yeah.
Especially if you enjoyed Theo, he's going to be coming back.
Yeah.
Watch out better than Kim did.
Uh-huh.
Huh. That is a Please tell me you know who that is. Oh, dude, I dropped the little sprinkle, but now I feel like I might have gotten the dude's name wrong.
Yeah, you better watch out. Him, whoever you are.
No, not him. Kim.
Yeah, Kim, whoever you are.
Oh, fuck. Might have got it wrong. Now I'm just an idiot. Well, anyways, we'll get a night. I gotta go. This is the fucking episode.
All right. Once again, follow us, enjoy us, and we hope you have a good one. Until next time.